to kind of out-skirmish this team and outplay them at every turn. And it's, once again, giving, in my opinion, Chovy the keys to the Gen G van right now, you know, because we're either driving home, going to the loser's bracket, or we're reverse sweeping and it starts right here. And the LeBlanc is going to be such a critical part of this composition. He's going to have to threaten the Thresh, the Aphelios. We'll have to win out against Faker's Ahri in the skirmishes right across the map in lane. And yeah, you've got good engage, you've got good poke, and you have scaling. But I think Chovy is really going to be the X factor here in this draft. As T1 also scale incredibly well, have those ornaments, and have incredible pick. So it is going to be very difficult. A little bit of action here at level 1, but nothing too
to write
home about.
Maybe Doran got some first strike gold. But either way, he's going to back. Just to get some health back.
Indeed. Comet here for Zeus. And Owner has, with this Ahri Vi, which is another, Ahri Viego, which is another common pairing for the Ahri. A lot of our mids have been, right? Because LeBlanc is super mobile. And you could use Distortion to get out of a lot of hairy situations against almost any jungler. But, you know, picks like Talia, which we've seen in the past be super important, really struggle in these types of scenarios. So while it is a strong mid jungle here for T1, it is still versus a LeBlanc. So as long as Chovy doesn't distort too aggressively. Look at the ward line they have, though, across the map. They can know where he is at any moment.
There's the hook onto Delight as he does have flash, as he hops over to Pays, and he's ticking down First Blood. Keria picks it up in the bottom lane.
The Ignite ticks through, and it's enough damage. So even though you had vision of everywhere Owner could have been, you didn't use it because the one place you didn't know where he was is on the bottom part of the map here. There's a control vision on the blue buff. They didn't know where Owner was, but by the process of elimination, they probably realized there was a good chance he was on the bottom side of the map doing the blue buff and or the Gromp because those were up. But they didn't expect him to be there.
Look at this.
The hook. Okay.
They fake a back as Summoners are here for the side of them as they dodge the knockup once again, and they get on in there. Owner picks up the kill.
T1.
And a Lantern comes in again. This is pristine play on the bottom side of the map.
It's the biggest lead they've had this series. It's just straight up the biggest lead they've had this early this series. And now you have a very huge gold gap here on the side of Gen G. And this next Drake is spawning in 90 seconds here. Both of these Drakes, you know, lead to a better soul, like we've talked about. Peanut's going to try to get something back. No flash on Owner.
Okay, he's getting on in there. Owner, I think he's just dead. He's going to dash away, but Peanut, nice look to come on in and at least pull together some scraps.
Can they bait Faker in here? Chovy's in the vicinity. This would be huge.
It's a bit of damage on a Peanut. He's just going to smite and get out of there.
He has level 6, but this play, like if you look at the wards and the vision here, it's just not a lot of angles for him to be anywhere but the bottom side of the map, but it's the Thresh hook that makes it all happen. Like if that hook doesn't go off for Keria, whether he's there or not is insignificant. But Keria once again hits the hook, and then they bait him with the backs.
They're just playing with their Rakan food, man. They know exactly when he's going to hop in with the Grand Entrance. We got a fight on live, though, as Zeus is going to be the first one to go down. And you see a Ornhorn just flies by.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of details and pieces missing for this one, but Ornhorn missing, as you say, and now Gen G completely in control, and Guma, he has no ultimate here. Owner doesn't have Heartbreaker, so the steal angle's not there. This is very greedy from T1 to stick around regardless.
Don't really have to fight this one, but they say they still have an angle. They have Zeus with TP coming on in. He's going to go into the mid lane. That's all he can go to at this point in the game. So yeah, that's just Rift Herald given over the side of Gen G, and T1 basically just tickled them while it was happening.
Yeah, very happy with this exchange here. Zeus has no teleport. Doran does, and can of course join this Drake fight too. So pushing Zeus out like this is massive for him.
There you go, Zeus just stays under turret, decides, well, I'll just give my life. I mean, that seemed pretty straightforward. He had flash, maybe thought he could avoid some damage, but did not execute it correctly.
And Peanut was there too. Like, they could have actually really forced this even if he decides to back away. Doran now should be able to get the teleport back and then turret back and then teleport to the Drake fight. So this is really huge. And now Zeus is here with ult. I mean, this is a tough fight for Gen G with LeBlanc being half health.
Faker a little bit zoned away from this one at the moment. He's in mid. Spino is able to zone him. They don't have full vision there. It's actually very nice vision control for Gen.G on the left side. So Faker's got to choose his angles wisely as trying to get in there as he does an insane amount of damage to Guma. And T1 say, well, we can't fight that now. Gen.G going to pick up the first Mountain Drake.
And it's the rare Everfrost LeBlanc, but it's some additional damage here. And that's going to be the first Drake of the game here for Gen.G. Doing everything by himself right now with no vision. And that's that mid-turret value.
Do Baron?
There's a control ward here, and there's TP for Doran. He can actually TP safely to top.
Okay, they're going to start it. As you see that Doran is still doing this Drake. He's got the TP, as you mentioned.
Yes.
But is the damage enough? I mean, I don't think they're going to get here on time. Peanut trying to get into the pit. As Zeus going to blow the Horn, but he gets knocked up, and it doesn't matter. Faker with a double snipe. It was not a flip at the end of the day. T1 double smite down the Baron, and they get out.
They double smite it. They get away. They have so much mobility here. They have Flash expended for 2 of their players here, but they do end up getting the Baron. So a Baron for Drake trade here. And the Shock Blast value just isn't really there. Doran's actually going to use 1 acceleration gate and then back here. During the cooldown of that, and we'll return to this fight.
Yeah, Guma holding Calibrum, so he's actually doing a decent amount of poke damage in this fight before it even begins.
Yeah, now he's got the Infernum set for a big ultimate too in these choke points. Doran's actually going to push this top wave, and T1 see that as the angle to pull the trigger here on this Baron. Peanut.
Joey's behind them. I don't know if they know about this, but Carry is going to get the news as this is about to get really interesting. Peanut trying to get in. The damage is there as they get the hook on the Delight, but they don't go in on this one. A little bit broken up as the fight as Owner's out of the pit, and massive ult value comes out from Guma as he just blows up the back line of Gen.G. Lots of low health bars on both sides, but Guma is the final boss at this point in time. He's looking to try to get on in there, but not quite able to follow up on that.
Yeah, so that's going to be no Baron going over. It's a trade of support for top lane, and finally that damage started to come through with Chovy having all of this vision removed. He's on the other side of the pit.
Well, Owner might get there on time. He's got a lantern too. Doesn't, I guess, okay, trying to get in there, and no, it's going to be Zaya who picks it up, and 2 kills immediately going to the pockets of Gen.G.
And this is a huge Baron here because of the delay. But at the same time, I just really don't think you need to be committing like that to try to go for a steal. The risk is so high. And look at this fight here. I mean, Carrier's on the back. He gets a hook here onto the Recon. But Faker's pushed out of the pit. Owner has to flash over, or Heartbreaker over, rather. And the ult value is massive here for Guma. Well, the follow-up isn't there. They're pushed off the Baron. And on the return here to Baron, they have enough damage. And then this steal attempt here, obviously, with the Lantern is cool. And it is very close, but they have the feathers set. And Pays denies, and that's 2 kills that go over this Drake as T1 anymore. And Chovy going to take this turret out, so they're getting so much deep vision removed, so much map control into these turrets.
Okay, over the wall goes Faker. He's trying to set up the play, and they burst out Doran! As Faker now, can he get out is the question. He goes into his stopwatch as he is not in a great spot, and the damage comes in. Paces over the wall, immediately goes into the Featherstorm, and will survive as Delight is there for the follow-up.
That follow-up
is so tanky as Guma now, trying to go 1v5, flashes in, and nearly takes Delight down, but almost dies himself.
Chovy was ready to get in there, man. He's like, I got the stopwatch, I'm going in, and Pays flashes in with ult, and he cleanses as well, and is able to help secure that kill. An insanely brave play.
We got another fight. We just keep doing this as they're looking for Delight mid lane. Horn comes in, catches Doran, as they did not expect that, and down goes the Jace. As the follow-up in here, the Sparrow rushes on to Pace. He doesn't have Featherstorm. It's 1 second away. He's not able to use it here in this fight. His Owner is going to die as Zaya, funnily enough. As okay, that is a trade up here for T1 as they will look to push.
And they're going to try to get an inhibitor out of this, and I think they should be able to.
Or how about this? Over the wall. There you go. This guy is just no chill.
Ari Threshman is it's a force of nature. It's a threat you have to respect.
Yeah,
don't know where it's coming from.
Look at Faker's items now. He's got upgraded Everfrost and Death Cap. Like, he is bursting people down.
They want to try to end here. I think this might be a bridge too far. Doran's up in 15.
Okay, this is kind of insane. They're looking for Guma. The Lantern take is perfectly timed as they take down 1 Nexus turret. Lots of damage on the Chovy. Okay, they're going to back off after this, but man, they are playing with fire. But they have been doing that all series long.
Teleport from Doran.
Yeah, he's looking to come in. As they do ping this, they do know this is coming in. Faker looking to maybe just zone him away. Takes the Lantern. And we will get a big shock blast here, as it will hit Faker, but is there any follow-up after that is the real question.
I don't think so. I think they're going to get out of here just fine. Peanut doesn't have Cyclone for a few more seconds, and
No
they actually will
objective.
escape.
Yeah.
And there's no objective, like you say, General, rather. Control ward was in the base, but it was cleared, of course. As this all starts off with a really aggressive teleport here from Faker, and Zeus turns the angle of his ultimate at the last possible second, gets Doran. And that's all you need to continue to push forward here.
And Pace was like 1 second away.
Yeah, his ult
from
is so close.
Featherstorm.
But he doesn't have it in time. So those 2 kills are all the damage. A for Owner is so huge because he could really force things like these flanks he's setting up right now. Chovy sees him. He wants to pop that Banshee's Veil. He's unsuccessful.
Okay, over the wall they go. The charm is insane! Unbelievable! As down goes Doran again! This guy just cannot survive against them!
Yeah. Just like the ult from Zeus, it's turned. It looks like he's charming somebody else, but he just turns the charm onto Doran. Doran's killed here once again before these critical objectives.
Yeah, and the turn is still here. No Ornhorn this time around from T1 as Chains landing on in. The box is down in the opening as they get the hook on a Peanut. He does have a stopwatch here as no, the Moonlight Vigil goes wide and the damage here on Owner. He goes into the GA as Delight. And Chovy and Pace in the backline will stay alive as Carry is back there. He gets the hook on a Pace, and that provides the front line for T1. Guma is able to take down his opposing AD Carry, and T1 will take the Baron.
It looks like this is probably just going to be the win here for T1 3-0 because now you have this Baron. Chovy's looking for a steal.
Chovy, can he do it? He doesn't have any vision. Nope. Not gonna happen as Aphelios.
Kill. He's level 18. He has 4 Mountain Drakes and a Banshee's Veil on top of him, so he could kind of continue to harass and look for backline access, but this Baron buff is the problem.
Really is pushed in. The Cyclone is good on the aggression this time around, but no follow-up comes in as underneath the turret, Faker goes down as massive damage comes in from the Aphelios, and Pace has to get in and out at the same time as down will go this inhibitor.
Still have to somehow kill this Aphelios. He's just doing so much damage here.
Guma is a one-man army right now, surrounded by his minions.
Doran has no flash right now. He needs to be so careful in these moments. This is Faker's first-person view.
I think we missed the charm. Either way, you guys can watch that on replay later.
Peanut here goes in. Faker's caught under turret. Guma hits a big ult here. Hayes has to ult away, and he survives here, so they will lose the inhibitor. But there's no way that T1 can continue to push here. They don't have enough positional advantage here. They don't have enough minions.
Here we go. This is it. Look at this charm.
This is the charm where it looks like he's looking for Rakan, but he actually just turns it on to Doran.
Yeah, Doran was walking into them because he...
Fight.
Well, let's see it happen then. Let's see the execution happen this time around. We saw it happen when Doran hits an accelerated shock blast on Nagumi. He just immediately gets his shield back. It's like it's barely even happened. As meanwhile, here we go. Engage. They get Guma. They get him down as he is into his GA. In the follow-up here, he's going to have to try to get out. But no, he goes down. Peanut makes the pick happen as Faker tries to get in and stop the push of the minions, but I don't think he was successful. They've got a cannon.
Yeah, Carrier is going to go down here, and they're going to try to push to end this one, and a clutch play from Peanut in an important series. A very incredible engage. We talked about his flash was coming up. He has Flash Cyclone, and that's what closes the gap on Naguma. Finally, he's popped into his GA, and the follow-up is real, and Genji steals the win away, and we've got a series on our hands, Valdez.
A little bit late, but we in fact do. It's 2-1 as Genji will give themselves a breath of fresh air, a chance